Welcome to Flash Drill News, where headlines break fast and facts hit harder. Daily updates, global coverage, no wasted time. Subscribe and stay sharp.
A devastating suicide bombing in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province on Saturday has claimed the lives of at least 13 security personnel and injured 24 others. The attack occurred in the Mir Ali area of North Waziristan, where a vehicle laden with explosives rammed into a military convoy. According to Pakistan's military media wing, Inter-Services Public Relations, ISPR, the lead vehicle of the convoy managed to intercept the attacker, preventing greater casualties. However, the powerful blast still inflicted significant loss of life and injuries, including 14 civilians among the wounded. In a swift response, Pakistan's ISPR released a statement accusing India of orchestrating the attack, alleging it was part of a broader campaign of Indian-sponsored terrorism. The military vowed to continue its fight against terrorism, declaring that the sacrifice of its personnel would not be in vain. Despite these accusations, the Hafiz Gul Bahadur Group, a known faction of the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP, has reportedly claimed responsibility for the bombing, according to AFP. The group has a history of attacks in the region and is one of the several militant outfits active in the tribal belt. India has strongly refuted Pakistan's claims. The Ministry of External Affairs, MEA, issued a sharp rebuttal stating, "We reject this statement with the contempt it deserves." The MEA emphasized that Pakistan must look inward and address its domestic security issues rather than shifting blame externally. Meanwhile, President Asif Ali Zardari condemned the bombing, calling it a cowardly act of terrorism. In a statement, he praised the bravery of the fallen soldiers and expressed solidarity with the bereaved families. "Their martyrdom will not go in vain," he declared. As tensions rise, the incident has added another layer of strain to already fragile Indo-Pak relations, with cross-border accusations intensifying in the aftermath of this deadly assault. New satellite imagery suggests that Iran may have begun repair and excavation efforts at the Fordow nuclear facility, days after it was targeted in a series of U.S. airstrikes. Commercial satellite photos captured by Maxar Technologies and accessed by Business Insider show noticeable changes at the site, including construction machinery, fresh activity around tunnel entrances, and new excavation work. These signs indicate that Iran may be clearing rubble and possibly attempting to create new access routes into the facility. The U.S. carried out precision strikes on 3 nuclear-related sites in Iran over the weekend, including Fordow, in response to escalating tensions and intelligence reports suggesting potential threats. The Fordow site, located near the city of Qom and heavily fortified underground, has long been central to Iran's uranium enrichment program. The recent images highlight both the intensity of the U.S. strikes and the strategic importance Iran places on quickly restoring its nuclear infrastructure. Analysts note that the damage appears to have been concentrated around tunnel access points, areas critical for shielding sensitive nuclear activities. While Iranian officials have not publicly confirmed any repair operations, the imagery is being closely studied by Western intelligence agencies to assess the extent of the damage and Iran's recovery timeline. This development marks a critical juncture in U.S.-Iran relations, raising concerns over further escalations in the already tense Middle East region. The United States reportedly used 15 to 20% of its THAAD, Terminal High-Altitude Area Defense Missile inventory, during the recent 12-day conflict defending Israel from Iranian missile attacks, according to Military Watch magazine. An estimated 60 to 80 interceptors were fired, with each costing $12 to $15 million, bringing the total cost to between $810 million and $1.2 billion. The high expense of missile defense versus Iran's lower-cost attacks highlights the challenge of sustaining such operations long-term. The U.S. only produces about 50 to 60 THAAD interceptors annually, meaning it could take years to replenish the used stock. Iran's missile barrage, in retaliation for strikes on its nuclear sites, included advanced weapons like the hypersonic Fatah 1 missile. Despite the deployment's success in intercepting many threats, analysts warn the operation strained U.S. military readiness. The war ended after President Trump brokered a ceasefire. While Iran's nuclear infrastructure was hit and military leadership rattled, its regime and nuclear ambitions remain largely intact. In a landmark move to address the growing risks of AI-generated deepfakes, Denmark is planning to amend its copyright laws to give citizens greater control over their personal identity, specifically their face, body, and voice. The proposed legislation, announced by Danish Culture Minister Jakob Engel-Schmidt, aims to strengthen protections against the unauthorized use of people's likeness through realistic digital imitations. These deepfakes, which use advanced AI to replicate human appearance and voice, have become more common and more convincing in recent years, raising concerns over privacy and misuse. Under the new law, individuals would have the legal right to request the removal of digital content that mimics their voice or appearance without consent. The regulation would also apply to performances that have been digitally recreated without the artist's permission. Violations could lead to compensation for affected individuals, although exceptions will be made for satire and parody. Engel-Schmidt stressed that the legislation sends a strong message. People should have the right to control how their identity is used in the digital world. We will not accept people being misused through digital copies, he said. The bill is expected to be submitted for public consultation before Denmark's summer recess and finalized by autumn. As Denmark prepares to take on the EU presidency, Engel-Schmidt hopes to encourage other European nations to adopt similar measures. Tech platforms that fail to comply with the law could face significant fines, and the issue may even be brought to the European Commission for broader action. The 12-day war between Iran and Israel, now paused by a fragile ceasefire, has emerged as one of the costliest modern conflicts in recent history. While both nations suffered infrastructure damage and economic disruption, Iran appears to have borne the brunt. According to estimates, Iran may have lost 6 to 9% of its GDP, with total direct and indirect damages ranging between $24 to $35 billion. U.S. and Israeli strikes also targeted key nuclear and energy facilities, crippling Iran's vital oil exports and delaying recovery. With sanctions already straining its economy, experts warn that Iran's path to stabilization may be long and difficult. That wraps up today's top stories. Stay informed, stay connected, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for the latest updates. Right here on Flash Drill News. Got a story you think we should cover? Drop it in the comments or reach out to us on social media. Until next time, stay safe and stay aware.